All right, let's talk about a pretty heavy topic, death versus incapacity. So a lot of people say, I'm never going to die. I'm never going to become incapacitated, and therefore I don't need to do the planning, don't want to take the time, don't want to spend the money. It's commonly what we hear. Hi, I'm Mike Massey. I'm an estate planning attorney, and I've helped over 1,000 families with their estate planning for incapacity and death, and their life savings, who it goes to, when it gets to them, how it gets to them. So let's clear up a couple of things. One, what does a will do? A will says what happens after I die, what happens to my stuff. It may be valuable stuff, but what happens to my stuff? Who's going to get it? Who's going to distribute it? How are they going to get it? How are they going to distribute it? Incapacity planning happens, well, the planning, of course, happens before death, but that event would happen before death too, while you're alive, but incapacitated, meaning you can no longer make decisions for yourself. So the common things that I would think about there are, could be a bad car wreck, coma, heart attack, stroke, Alzheimer's, dementia, something like that, where you just no longer have the ability to make the decision for yourself, whether that be for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, years, or the rest of your life. And we generally refer to that as pre-death planning, incapacity planning, and we utilize powers of attorney typically. A durable power of attorney is basically a financial power of attorney who can make decisions over your house, rent, mortgage, taxes, stuff like that, who could talk to your bank, who could write checks, who could move money around, who could work with your investments or your financial advisors to do reviews, to reallocate funds, to pull money from those funds, etc. That's the power of attorney. You could do a short form or a long form. I highly recommend the long form because it spells out things better. Because banks and a lot of these companies ask a lot of questions about it, and you want to give them as much information as possible. Unfortunately, a lot of people have the short form. I much prefer the long form. And then you've got the medical power of attorney, also called a healthcare power of attorney, which says, same situation, I'm incapacitated, and I need someone to make medical decisions for me. It might be the same person, but you may have a different person. You may say, well, for finances, I want it to be my brother, and for my medical decisions, I want it to be my wife or my sister or my mother or whatever. And then you also want to make sure that with that medical power of attorney, or there's a separate standalone HIPAA waiver that gives certain people access to your medical records. So it's very important. 1 out of 1, 100 out of 100, 1,000,000 out of 1,000,000 people will die. And many of us at some point in our life will become incapacitated. In fact, if you just think about disability, 30% of people ages 35 to 65 will be disabled for at least 90 days. And 1 in 7 can expect to be disabled for 5 years or more. Now that's a disability versus incapacity, but we want you to make sure that you get your planning in place, because after it happens, it's just too late. Okay? We'd love to talk to you. Click below to learn more. Contact us at Mike Massey Law. We'd love to have a conversation with you. Have a blessed day.